You know that we knock 'em down. Yeah, we know we knock 'em down. You know we knock 'em down.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy, Big Cool, coming to you from Colossal Boxing Talk. Colossal Boxing Talk is associated with Three Kings Boxing under the movement umbrella. I am back with another video. Danny Garcia has actually mentioned the name Errol Spence. He said, Errol Spence is a great fight for me. I haven't even gotten to his statement, his comments, but this is music to my ears. I know it doesn't mean anything. I'm not overly excited, but it is refreshing to hear Danny Swift Garcia mention somebody other than the guys he's been mentioning. You know, Danny Garcia last fought in March, suffering his first career defeat at the hands of Keith one-time Thurman in their unification fight in which he lost his WBC welterweight title. Now, he's scheduled to return February 17th against Brandon Bam Bam Rios in a fight that he should easily win. He should win, no doubt in my mind. He will win. And now, after that fight, it's time for him to set his sights on bigger and better competition in the likes of Sean Porter, Errol Spence, just like he's mentioned. I'm going to get into the comments that he made about Errol Spence in a few. But, like I said, Danny Swift has had his fair share of cherry picks, the Rod Salkas, the Paulie Malignaggi's, the Bam Bam Rios. Now, after this fight, he needs to get back in the saddle against the upper echelon guys at 147 and see if he can regain, some respect that he's lost from fans over the years of constant cherry picking and avoid these guys. But now let's get into these comments he made about Errol, the true Spence, the IBF Welterweight champion. This is what he said about the criticism, of calling him a cherry picker. If you look at the game, who else has fought Keith Thurman, Lamont Peterson, Lucas Matisse, Amir Khan, and the list goes on at my age? None. That tells you everything right there. Who has fought the same fighters that I fought? Everyone is talking about IBF champion Errol Spence, but he fought somebody that already beat. And when he beat him when he beat them, they consider him a killer. But when I beat him, Danny Garcia wasn't a killer. Okay, before we get into more comments. Okay. Let's decipher and break down what he said. He says, what guys have fought Keith Thurman, Lamont Peterson, Lucas Matisse, and Amir Khan? Okay. And you can throw in okay. First of all, and he said at his age. And that's what kind of threw me off. What do you mean at your age? You supposed to fight these guys when y'all in y'all prime, y'all youthful, y'all at y'all absolute 100% best. So you don't get no props for fighting them at a young age. You don't, because these guys are around your age, either a little older or a little younger, and y'all were both in y'all prime. So you don't get no credit off fighting that. And then, you did beat Lamont Peterson, although I thought you lost that fight, and a lot of other people thought you lost it, but people thought you won it as well. It was a close fight. But don't compare your victory over Lamont Peterson to Errol Spence's, who pretty much made Lamont Peterson's camp corner throw in the towel. Barry Hunter, who is known as one of the best trainers in boxing, has an aggressive way of training, getting his fighters, through tough moments in the fight, realized that his son, Lamont Peterson, just didn't have it, and didn't need to suffer any further permanent damage at the hands of Errol Spence. You barely scraped by against Lamont Peterson. Lamont Peterson whipped your ass the second half of that fight, and if it wasn't for a slow start, he would have won, and that's just a fact. Now, let's go to some more comments. I think it's a great fight for me. He likes to fight. I like to fight. I'll fight anybody. If his name comes across and they want Danny Garcia and Errol Spence to fight, then we'll fight. I think it's a great fight. I like the fight. For me, he's a young, hungry kid. And in his head, he thinks that he can knock everybody out right now. I know what it feels like to be that young, hungry kid. He has a lot of passion. He's hungry, but he's going to reach a level in the sport where he's going to realize that it don't work that way. So he said, if Errol Spence's name comes across his board as a potential opponent, then he'll take it. And he's saying all this now until Errol Spence's name comes across that board for him to take it. And I'm not saying Danny Garcia won't take it, but you know, and Danny Garcia is doing the right thing. He's doing what my boy 2K from the Prodigy of Boxing Talk said fighters need to do. Portray one image into the media, say, hell yeah, I'll fight that motherfucker, I'll beat him, I'll do whatever, I have to do to get a victory over said opponent. But behind the scenes, if you don't really want to fight him, then you can do that. Danny Garcia is doing that the right way. So the perception out there won't be, even though people already think he's a cherry picker, the perception when it comes to Errol Spence that he's ducking him. He's putting that out there right now that I will fight him. So if the fight doesn't come to fruition, you can't blame him. You know what I'm saying? Unless news just come out that he just refused a 50-50 offer, a $3 million, whatever, you know what I'm saying, deal to fight him then. But he's putting it out there so people can't, lump him in the category of with Sean Porter and Keith Thurman as guys who are ducking Errol Spence. So hopefully he's true to his words. He gets past Brandon Bam Bam Rios. Errol Spence has a fight coming up in, I think, May or June, where he will be fighting Texas. I don't know if that's something Danny Garcia would be comfortable with, going to Spence's, home state to face him. But like I said, if the money is right, Danny Garcia will, I'm sure about it, will sign that contract, and it will be a good fight. It will be a good fight. Danny Garcia is a proven champion. Like I said, he has on his resume Eric Morales twice, even though he was shot, way past his prime. Zab Judah, Paulie Malignaggi, Robert Guerrero, Amir Khan, Lamont Peterson, Lucas Matisse. All these guys he's beaten. He lost to Keith Thurman, but like I said, his resume is tremendous. Even though he's had the Ross Hawkers, now the Brandon Rioses, and some of these other guys he's cherry-picked. But the man's resume is legit. He's been in there with some of the best of the best, and he's beat pretty much everybody except Keith Thurman. So, I hope he's true to his word. If the opportunity presents itself for him to step up and face Errol Spence for the IBF Welterweight title, he takes it, because that's his chance to prove to the world that he can beat Errol Spence and that he's not done as a top contender at welterweight. He can derail the Errol Spence train, and he can become the IBF welterweight champion. He get himself right back in the mix to unify and become undisputed welterweight champion. So hopefully this fight happens sometime this year, because we know we're not gonna get Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence. So why not get Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence in July or in June? You know what I'm saying? So that'll be enough time for him to recuperate from a fight he should easily win against Rios. And, he got some downtime, and then he can get the contract signed and get the rolling. Like I said, I hope this fight does happen. It's nothing imminent. I'm just talking. I mean, February to June, that's enough time for him to, rest. It's enough time for him to rest and recuperate. But like I said, man, Danny Garcia says it's a great fight for him, so hopefully the fight can be made for this year. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to Colossal Boxing Talk. Turn those notifications on and get notified every time I upload content. Drop those comments in the comment section below. Shout out to the movement. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.